Yeah, and I didn't know until the other Matt told me that Zack Snyder is directing Justice League. I'm like,
Yeah.
you know,
And they're spread out too far apart.
and it's funny. I think you put it right that they are going backwards because now next year we get what Justice League. It's only after that we're gonna do Flash,
Yeah.
Cyborg. You know, I just ask why? Why did they waste such a great potential here?
I honestly felt like they could have made 2 movies with the budget that they made with this one, because you don't even see where the budget went. Yeah.
They could have made 2 movies with the length of time they had.
Yeah. Like the budget is nowhere to be seen in this movie. Like, unless they're gonna say that all that architecture, they actually had people build that as real houses. I don't know, but it was just so. Oh.
Well, now that it's got me wondering what the Rotten Tomatoes
Yeah.
say. I forgot.
Like, I was hoping they were gonna pull a fucking Smallville at the end of that movie, where they just put Doomsday in a pit or something, and he doesn't show up until like 2 movies later.
28%.
Oh, 20, yeah. Oh my god. Did it go down?
I don't
Wasn't
know.
it like 40 or it was like 30 something?
I don't know what it was before.
Damn.
It may have been a little bit higher, but now it's at 28%.
God damn. And it sucks because I wanted to love this movie. Like, I wanted to love it. And I knew from seeing Man of Steel, I knew somewhere in the back of my mind that this was going to happen. But I don't blame Ben, because you know what, Ben was great.
Okay, Ben. Yeah, I have no problem with Ben. I mean, like I said, he's probably the good part of the movie. With this character, he's more interesting, and it's like I said, he's just caught up in this web of a bad script and a director who is like a 5-year-old with crowns, and I call Hack Snyder. But reading one review says the biggest problem about this bloated, exhausted movie is that it sinks by trying way too hard to bite off so much more than it can chew. With a convoluted plot that is all over the place, with too many characters and motivations are mostly contrived and inconsistent.
Wow. Yeah. Damn.
But what'd you think of Lex Luthor?
Oh my god. It was like a crazy ex-girlfriend I once had.
Your girlfriend was like Edward Nygma?
Well, not my girlfriend, but this girl I know. Was kind of like that. Kind of reminded me of that. I don't know why. It's weird. It's like, if you take Ben Affleck out of this movie, you have all these characters who only do one expression or one mime, and it's almost like they were like, okay, you're gonna be the crazy one, you're gonna be the sad one, you're going to be the happy one, you're going to be this, you're going to be that. Because everyone was so monotone. Like Gal Gadot, monotone all the way through. Until maybe like, I would say even as Wonder Woman, monotone. Henry Cavill, he was sad. He was sad through the whole movie.
I know, it's like, God forbid, we can't have Superman smile.
Yeah! Like, I'll get into him. But Lex Luthor, he was like a bubbly teenage schoolgirl. He was just like it was just like
Nigma on crack.
Yeah. Like who was it who said it? I don't know if it was Corey or someone from Double Toasted. They were saying that if you watch Jesse Eisenberg in the Facebook movie, he's much more menacing than if you watch him here. And I was hoping that we would see some sort of menacing side to him, because I really liked him in American Ultra. So I was hoping that we would see a dark side of him. but really he was just like, he was pretty much doing like Edward Nygma or like, you know, Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
You know, like, or you know, that kind of laugh it to the bank kind of routine. There was no
like
depth.
Edward Nygma, Seth Brundle.
Yeah. There was just no depth to him, and you know, man, I prefer it if we could go back in time. I would just say continue Smallville as a movie, because you look at some of these great Lex Luthors, like Gene Hackman was a great Lex Luthor, or you look at like Michael Rosenbaum, who really took it to the next level. Like, that's the kind of Lex Luthor I wanted to see, and Jesse Eisenberg just let me down, and Henry Cavill just let me down too completely.
You know who they considered first for Lex?
No.
Bryan Cranston.
I could see him doing a better job. I could see him doing a better job. You know, because I can't really see him getting so dark, because I haven't watched all of Breaking Bad yet, but, you know, in Godzilla he has like tiny moments, and Malcolm in the Middle, like, he has tiny moments of, you know, that there's a great actor in there.
Yeah.
You know. And it was so weird because, like, it's totally Ben Affleck's movie. If anything could have saved it, it would have been him. He's the only one who really has any other type of emotion except for one monotone emotion. Like, he's sad, of course. He's supposed to be, because he's at the age now where, you know, all these new threats are coming in, and he's looking more like to the end of his life. You know, like, Batman's going to go down in flames. It's the only way Batman can go.
It's like the more older you get, the more you're cynical.
Yeah.
I understood that.
Yeah, I thought he was great with that. Like, his emotion was so good in that movie. Even with the cowl, it's the first time I've seen a Batman in the cowl where the emotion came through. You know, but, oh man, it's just like Henry Cavill.
Stoneface.
Yeah, I still don't understand why they casted him. I wanted to like him, even though from the first second I saw him, I was like, no, it ain't gonna roll.
Well, it's like, now I'm hearing that fans are saying, oh, this is what we need, a Superman that's, you know, that's glum and depressed, and, you know, heroes, you know, we want to see heroes fall. We're tired of the smiling, and we're tired of the, you know, go get 'em type.
Yeah. But what they missed there is that the thing that makes Superman so great is he's more human on the inside than alien, and there's always that emotion with him. You know, he's always trying to look for the better, even when the better won't come. And you know, you've always got that happy side of him. He's always kind of tries to pay it forward and go that way, even in instances when he is glum. But to focus on him being glum through the whole movie, like, oh.
And then you blow up the Capitol and he stands there. He doesn't even try to rescue anybody. He just has this blank look in his face.
Yeah, like the real Superman would have been so fast that once that explosion started to happen, he would have had everyone out of there and, like, you know what I mean? Like,
and you know what's funny, that, because the other Matt mentioned this in his rant, is that if in the film Clark Kent can hear a conversation between Bruce Wayne and Alfred, but couldn't hear this bomb that was in this guy's wheelchair.
Exactly.
In the court.
That whole movie is Grandma's peach tea fuck. But
well, they can take that peach tea and drink it and shove it in their ass. And
it's like the Brandon Ruth movie. I didn't like that they wasted every superpower, but I love the movie. I don't know what it is about that movie, but I love it. But I didn't like how they, you know, it's the first time we've seen like a realistic Superman in so long, and they didn't focus on the beats that make a good Superman movie. Like, can you imagine, like the Christopher Reeve movies are so good. At least like the first two are solid gold. Even 3. I like 3. especially like when Richard Pryor's telling his story. But could you imagine with the Christopher Reeve Superman if they would have done like the whole Smallville thing where they really focus on the powers? How that would have. Have you seen Smallville?
What, the show?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those shows that I was on and off with. I've seen the first. I know I've seen the first 5 seasons.
Okay.
But it's been a while. I still like the show, and I have to rewatch it again someday. So.
Yeah, I got a little carried away near like the last couple of seasons, but like how they focus on the powers. You know, they really focus on the super speed. Everything else is bullet time. Or when they focus on like the super hearing or whatever he's doing, they really focus on it. And I wanted, with Man of Steel, I wanted to see that in the movie. They let me down. With this one, I wanted to see it. In this one, they let me down again. But man, it's sad that for me, the one thing that came the closest to Superman wasn't even a Superman story. It was a Clark Kent. You know, like we didn't even get to see. We got to see him for 2 minutes at the end of the show.
I mean, we talk about Superman being, you know, the glum type and depressed and stone-faced. Why is it that you think that fans, like, in my opinion, there's a place for that, but since Man of Steel, we've had a Superman that, for some reason, can't smile.
Yeah.
That is more pessimistic.
Yeah.
I mean, are fans a part of that because they're tired of the same, or tired of the old Superman? I mean, what is it? I mean, what do you describe it as?
I think all the kids are emo little bitches. And they're just like, they're not even old enough to comprehend what it's like to be. You go back and look at these characters when they were initially created, and even though back then it was very black and white, I would say, you know, this is this and this is this, there was an element of adult theme to it. If you go back and look in like the 40s and the 30s and the 50s, these were people becoming adults writing adult stories, but masked as kid stories. In the 80s that changed. In the 90s, you know, we saw new people like McFarlane come in, or like even in the 80s with like Frank Miller, brought it really into the adult